You have 30-day money-back guarantee to return it in case you decide you don't want it. But I know everything that you pick out here you're going to want to keep because it's fabulous stuff. So you can follow me on my platforms, Cheryl Benvenuto on Facebook, and I'm wearing a full-on bee suit. And on Instagram, I am under Magical Journey Cheryl or Cheryl Magical Journey. I usually post a lot of nature pictures. Interesting, I go to a lot of shows, a lot of rocks, a lot of cool stuff. Just nature and gem inspired. So if you want to follow me on either one of those platforms, feel free. Love to have you. If you have any questions at all tonight while I'm on, please just send it a message. I'll be able to see it on the screen and I can answer any questions. If you have any comments, it's become a regular thing now that I'm on the Tuesday night show. So I'm helping to plan it. Tonight we have a mixed array of half beaded necklaces from expensive to very inexpensive. And then we have gem decor. And I'm going to go fast on the beaded necklaces. Probably do an hour on the beaded necklaces and an hour in the gem decor. So mix it up a little bit, give you a little bit of stuff you can wear and stuff you can put into your home decor items that are metaphysically going to help you and they're just going to beautify your home also. Okay, Cheryl Briggs, aka Queen Bee. Happy to see everybody here. Oh, we have an anonymous. Hey, Cheryl, love my ammonite pair. Thanks to you. Awesome. More ways to shop. Well, thank you very much for that comment. I love that. And I'm glad that you picked up. It's interesting because I have ammonite pairs on my list tonight. And when I went to Tucson, and I've sold those, you probably bought those from me either on the live stream or on the live TV. But this year in Tucson, when I went, the prices on the ammonite pairs that I'm going to show you right now, I photographed, and they were anywhere up above $350 wholesale. So I'm not going to charge you that tonight. I am going to charge you something that is insane in the membrane. And I really mean that. If you want a piece of history, if you want something from the Jurassic Park era, if you want the coolest holiday gift that you're ever going to find out there, you need to stay tuned the second half or tune back in. Tune back in at the 9 o'clock hour, 10 p.m. for all you East Coasters over there. And okay, so I'm going to get started right away. And our first item that we're going to bring you is a multi-spinel beaded necklace. Now, they have it on the black. I brought a white background because I think it shows up the color just a tad better. You can really see what I'm talking about when we say multi-tone. So you can see that this is purple. This sort of reminds me of, I'm going to say, a watermelon tourmaline necklace. Now, this is going to be part of our Luxor collection, so the quality of the stones is going to be AAA. Now, we grade our stones from A to quad. This is going to be a triple. Excuse me, I had hair in my mouth. Okay, 72 carat in just beautiful purple spinel. Now, spinel comes in a variation of colors. It's found predominantly all over the world. We sell a lot of black spinel here that really, really holds the most luxurious shine and polish of any of the spinels. It's better than shungite or black onyx or obsidian. It really has that waxy, lustrous shine. So when you're dealing with translucent spinels like this purple, this is going to warrant a high ticket price because most spinels are not gem quality. Probably about 1% of spinels that come out of the ground are actually gem quality. Now, your price today would be $1,699. And by the way, if you're new to shopping with us, what you do is right in that comment column, you put in shop 1, and then you hit that arrow, and it will bring you to an order page. And then you type in promo code would be live 25, and it'll automatically deduct 25% off, which brings us down to $1,274.99. Now, when we're dealing with the Luxoro collection, this is always done in a higher metal content, which would be your 14 karat gold, your platinum, and this one is done in 14 karat, which is right here, and it has that beautiful lobster claw. Now, this has a 2-inch extender, which means that it starts at 18, and then you can easily extend this to a 20-inch necklace. So this is going to be your beautiful purple spinel. Purple is the color of royalty. It's a very, very hard, sought after spinel to get in this color. Like I said, you get a lot of opaque spinel, a lot of the black. That's the most common. But once you get into, translucent blue is crazy priced. Purple is the same thing. This is a piece that is rare. Once they've matched, what they've done is they've graduated these colors from like ombre effect. So they've graduated from a really beautiful light purple down to a deep, almost amethyst purple, and then they've continued that pattern. These are called roundelettes. These are specifically cut in a donut shape. And so when you're doing that ombre effect on a necklace like this, you specifically have to match up each individual stone for color. So if there's, this takes a whole lot of different colored spinel that, first of all, like a whole strand would have to be perfectly matched dark purple. Then they're going to take that portions of that and now split it up. Then they're going to take a strand of light purple, take portions of that. But when you're dealing with material, like I said, that's expensive and sought after and hard to find, it's hard to get a necklace put together with this quality for this price. So once again, 18-inch, 2-inch extender, your price today, $1,274, and use that promo code LIVE25 right there on the comment. This would be shop 1, and this is going to be a perfect selfish purchase, a perfect gift for anybody that loves that purple color, purple spinel. Okay, we're going to move on to something that is really, really a crazy deal. By the way, the purple spinel came with anytime we're dealing with our precious metals, it comes with the card that tells you the exact gem weight. It's 72 carats, and it tells you the gold and everything, the quality. So this is a free item that Shop LC gives you on our high-end items, the Luxura, the Ileana collection. We always give you that supported card for insurance appraisals or stuff like that. Okay, this necklace is absolutely stunning. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when I saw the show sheets and I looked at it, I said, what is going on with the Tanzanite necklace? Who would ever? I thought it was teeny tiny. Folks, this, my friends, is an unbelievable carat weight. Now, the Tanzanite on this is unbelievable quality. I have a flashlight here. I'm just going to shine it through so you can see. This is completely translucent, right? Translucent. Look at the color on that. This is quad 4 Tanzanite. This has the flashes of purple, that pleichromosm that you really want to get in the most fabulous Tanzanite you've ever seen. This is going to be 18-inch. It does have a platinum clasp right here, your platinum lobster claw. Now, this is graduated roundelette. So you can see in the center here, just adjust. The center here is your largest roundelette. It's graduated down to your smallest here. Now, we're talking about, this is 250 grams of Tanzanite. 250 grams. Unbelievable. This is something that the people that collect Tanzanite or have ever wanted to buy Tanzanite, if you were on a cruise ship and you were in the Caribbean, you went into a gift store, maybe, one of the big diamond stores at every port, and you went up and you wanted to buy a 250 carat Tanzanite necklace, you would pay up over. Now, our estimated value on this is $20,000. I'm going to say realistically, probably that would be the price you would pay. We're going to offer it today only. Well, not today, really today only, because we're on the live stream. But I have very limited quantity of these. I can tell you that. I have 4, in the entire world. 4 necklaces in the entire world. Does that make you feel special? It would me, because I can tell you right now, if you're one of the lucky 4, where are you ever going to see somebody wearing an identical necklace? It would be, if you did, I would think you'd win the lottery that day, because that is special. That would be a day you run and buy tickets. Okay, so I'm going to say, let me just do this real quick on my phone. It looks like my phone's having a little problem connecting. So on a piece like this, it is about a $20,000 necklace. Now, once again, this is part of our Rhapsody collection. It comes with your beautiful appraisal card. This is 250 carat of quad 4 tanzanite. And you see it right there on the card. Quad 4 tanzanite, 250 carats. Unbelievable, with your beautiful 950 stamped platinum lobster claw clasp right here in the center. Graduated roundelettes, $5,099, not $599, $5,099 is our price for the last 4. But today, because you are watching the live stream and you're going to get an excellent price on this, you're going to type in Shop 2 in that comment column, and then you're going to go to our order page, and then you're going to be like, ooh, I'm one of the lucky 4. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you an extra 25% off when you type in Live 25. And then this brings this price down to $3,824.95. Now, think about that. 250 carat of quad 4 tanzanite, roundelettes, beautiful, absolutely matched perfectly, graduated to the perfect graduation where you can, they're off not even a millimeter. Color, quad 4, almost mined out from Tanzania. We had 4 areas in Tanzania that we were mining 10 years ago. 2018, Shop LC sent their team back over there. 2 of the blocks were closed, so we call them blocks here. So there was 4, then they were down to 2. When our team got there, they wouldn't even let them go down in the mine. They were not pulling enough quantity out. There was restrictions that day. So they flew to Africa. They went all the way over there, and they never made it down to the mines in 2018. Now, I can tell you, the quality coming out now is not nearly as good. And it's getting slowly and slowly mined out, where eventually there'll be none. I mean, we have bought substantial amounts, but when you get into anything above 1 carat, the price really starts doubling and tripling and quadrupling, because that means a larger chunk that they have to cut down. So when you're only getting little bits and pieces, maybe the size of my pinky nail, when you cut that down, that's not going to be close to a carat. That's going to be like 1/5 of a carat or 1/10 of a carat. Okay, let's see what's happening here. I'm just fixing my TikTok over here. I mean my live stream. Okay, so what's happening is mining out. This, once again, is going to be an investment. It's going to be an item that you buy and you put away and you invest. This will go up in price. It'll probably, and I don't know, I can't give you absolute specifications because I am not the genie in the bottle. But if I had told you to buy gold 10 years ago, and investing in gold would have been something that you should do, you probably would be thanking me now. Well, tanzanite's like that. I tell people, if you're going to invest in anything, invest in colored stones. Colored stones always, because we don't hold them. They don't house millions of them anywhere. They're just mined and then cut and polished and brought right to the marketplace. So when you're dealing with something like a quad 4 tanzanite necklace for $3,824, you know this is a substantial investment, but you know in the long run, 10 years down the road, where is tanzanite going to be? It's going to be sold out, mined out, and then you're going to have your hands on a large chunk of it, 250 carat weight, for under a $3,800, which is really, really a great, great deal. Okay, so that's going to be item 2. Shop 2 in the comment. And remember, this is 250 grams of the most beautiful tanzanite you've ever seen. The color is fantastic. It is a quad 4. Okay, we're going to move on to our next item. Can't really see what's going on. Okay. We're going to move on to our next item, which is going to be Heliodor. I call it Heliodor. We had a conversation about this earlier. I can butcher any language at all. It doesn't matter what language it is. I can mispronounce it. I don't misspell it, but I can mispronounce it for sure. Okay, this is going to be part of our DeJoy collection. This is going to be your Brazilian Heliodor. 75 carat weight on this. 18 to 20. Once again, you have that little extender chain here. This is rhodium over sterling silver. So this pales to, and I'm going to say like a citrine. It looks a little bit different than a citrine. The color is a little bit deeper, like a part of the sunset. It has a little bit of a milky hue. These are actually faceted. Every roundelette is faceted on its own. Now this is going to be shop 3 in the comment column. This is going to be $279.99. 25% off is going to bring this down to $209. Now this is found in Brazil. I'm thinking about that. Hold on. Yes. Okay. I'm thinking about it. Just, sometimes I question myself. Is it Brazil? It is Brazil. It's part of the beryl family. So, your aquamarines and stuff like that, all part of the beryl family. Like I said, this is faceted roundelettes. Now, this would look fabulous with your autumn colors, your browns, your beautiful tans. It feels great because it's all sparkly. So it has that look like you have almost faceted diamonds on, but you're really just wearing Heliodor. Now, Heliodor is part of the solar plex chakra. This is good for people that need to have are creative and want to bring calming into their life. We know the creative side. That I'm that true Gemini artist where half my brain is always on fire and the other half wants to binge watch TV, and we just fight with each other all day long. Get a lot done, but true Gemini. So this is going to help with that craziness. But Heliodor from Brazil, fully faceted, your price, $209. Remember that shop 3 in the comment column. And I'm going to move on because this is not, I have about 6 more to get to, and I really want to make sure that everybody has a chance to see how beautiful these necklaces are. Okay, we are moving back to, this is massive. Now, once again, this is going to be tanzanite. These are graduated. This center stone, I'm going to say, if it's not on my sheet, just by guessing, it's probably about a 16, 18 millimeter for the center. Let's see if it says it on there. No, it doesn't in the specs. Does it say the center stone? Maximum carat, sterling silver, lobster claw. Oh, 15 millimeter. So the center stone right here is going to be a 15 millimeter all the way down to a graduated 8 millimeter. Now, once again, these are tanzanite. So I'm going to put the necklace I showed you earlier beside this one so you can see the comparison. Now, these are giant tanzanite. This is an absolutely exquisite necklace. This is for the person that really wants that heavy, heavy, heavy carat weight of tanzanite. Doesn't, you care about the color, but it's not a deal breaker. Now watch when I put this one next to it. So can you see the difference? Right? And I'm going to show you the reason why. Because when you buy gemstones, like I said, everything is graded. It doesn't matter what the stone is. Everything is graded. So I'm going to hold the light on these so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So the inner one, that is going to be the one that was quad 4 tanzanite. Why? Look at the color of that. Look at the translucency. That is substantial. That's going to be the best you can get. The necklace I'm offering now has more carat weight, but the quality is not the same. The quality is a little bit less. So, like I said, 2 different necklaces, 2 different appeals to two different people. Somebody just wants a lot of carat weight. They're not really, it's not a deal breaker on the quality. Then this is going to be the necklace that you want. Now, this is on our website. This is, what's the price on the website, DJ? $1,079. $1,079. This is appraised at $5,000. The carat weight on this is 440. So remember, the other one was less by about 140. So you're getting 140 extra carat in your tanzanite, but you're not paying for it. You're going to pay less than this. So this is going to be shop 4. $1,079 is the starting price. When you type in shop 4 in the comment, hit that arrow. It'll bring you to our order page. It has all the specs on this beautiful necklace. Now, this is rhodium over sterling silver, which is a vermeil rhodium over sterling silver. I wish that I had plated or vermeiled every single piece of jewelry I ever made, because my sterling silver now looks dull and dingy next to the sterling silver that I have purchased from Shop LC. That I just, they don't pair well next to each other now. So this has that beautiful rhodium lobster claw. Remember, 440 carat in tanzanite from Tanzania, Africa. Very, very rare stone. This is a large necklace, and I'm going to hold it up to the neckline. Just so, I've layered. I did this on purpose tonight because I picked the show, and I decided, well, I always talk about layering, how great it looks, and I knew I had beads, so I thought, well, I'm going to put a bead. So this is the tanzanite, so you can see how large the carat weight is on this. Now, the necklace I have on is jet, the little, that is not on sale. I just brought that as an example. That's about a 5 millimeter. So that center, that tanzanite, 15 millimeter, is substantial. Now, there's something else I brought that I wanted to show you. So here's a beautiful large tanzanite. And you're thinking, I'm going to do it with the other one. Let me see if I can do it with... Okay. So I'm going to do it with this one. So what I brought with me was, I have a lot of really large, beautiful... So this is a hand-carved ruby earring. I bought this years ago at a jewelry show. But I don't really wear it a lot because it's sort of heavy and it hurts my ears for an hour. But what I've noticed is I can attach it to any beaded necklace that I own. It works perfectly. So it becomes now an enhancer. So no longer will this sit in my jewelry drawer because the earrings are too heavy for me to wear. I have just repurposed this beautiful hand-carved ruby on this killer strand of tanzanite. Now, that to me looks like a gallery piece. That is something that when you walk into a jewelry store, this is going to be $7,000 easily. So go through your jewelry, and any beaded necklaces that I'm offering here to sell, you can do that. So it has this kind of ear wire, just to give you a demonstration. There's the earring. So you can even do it with a fish ear wire. Just hook it over. It doesn't, and then squish it so it doesn't fall off. But I brought this purposely because we were doing the beaded necklaces, and I wanted you to see what you can do with a beaded necklace. So it becomes a multi-function piece of jewelry. You're not just stuck with, a beaded necklace, I can't just wear that anymore. Yes, now you can create this into a pendant. Now I'm going to put this on this large one. Let's see if it fits. It does. So now I have it on the real large tanzanite and this 15 millimeter. So that's what you can go through your jewelry box and change anything that you have and make it into a larger statement piece, which is really, really incredible. Because some of us have pearls, some of us have shungite, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what the stone is. Go through, pick some earrings that have that fishhook wire that you don't wear a lot, or maybe they're just too heavy, or you don't know, they're not your thing. See what it looks like when you hook it on one of your necklaces. It'll just change the whole look. Okay, so this brings us down to, like I said, don't know if I told you the final price. $1,079 after the 25% off, $809. So that's substantial carat weight for the different quality of tanzanite. So I brought you high quality quad 4. Remember, that's the best that we carry. That's the best anybody carries. And then you have something like this. That's a higher carat weight, still tanzanite. Metaphysically, this is the stone that's going to be for here, that third eye chakra, that gives you the ability of intuition. So what is intuition? That's when you get that feeling in your stomach when you make a decision and you're like, should I do that? And you get that little feeling like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. And then you go ahead and do it, and the repercussions are always bad, and you say, why didn't I listen to my intuition? So that's what tanzanite does. It helps you with that intuition. So you are wearing it, not even knowing that it's doing great stuff for you also. So this is going to be shop 4. Metaphysically, remember, anything that's indigo blue or dark blue is going to help you with that intuition. What a beautiful necklace. 440 grams of full-on giant tanzanite. Yeehaw! That's my Texas call for something fabulous. Okay, so we're going to move on to, let's move on to that one because that is super pretty. This one, now a lot of people don't realize that sapphire comes in a whole array of colors. Most people think sapphire is always just blue. All you September babies out there probably maybe wanted sapphire in your whole life, and you're like, nah, maybe blue wasn't your jam. Maybe it's not the color of your choice. How about pink? How about pink sapphire? Look at that baby. Now, breast cancer survivors, breast cancer warriors, I know they wear a lot of pink. Unfortunately, my friend Janice did not survive that. She passed away 2 years ago from breast cancer. So it's a battle that once you come out on the other side, yes, you have the ability to be proud that you survived. So I support that 100%. Everybody out there, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They give free mammograms, not only for women, but for men. Men do get breast cancer also. So don't let that disease take you down because you didn't have a free mammogram. Please take advantage of that because there ain't a lot of stuff in this world that's free anymore, and especially if it's a medical treatment. So take advantage if you don't have insurance and get that yearly mammogram done. Pink is the color for that. Also, pink is just, the color for Barbie. Mary Kay. So many things I could think of that this color is spectacular. Now, this is all sapphire, and it is absolutely stunning. It's also graduated from the center all the way down to that smallest roundelette in the back side. So holding this up on the neckline, that's the center. Absolutely stunning. And I could have layered this on with what I'm wearing 100%. So that's what and I could hang, if I wanted to take this necklace off and hang that ruby from this, I could, and made this more of even a dressed up outfit. Pink sapphire. What? That's the roundelette you're doing. I'm doing it. You know what, DJ? I think I skipped.
Oh, did you actually skip? Okay, we'll come back to it.
This is, I'm doing number 8.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm doing number 6. Yeah. Doing number 6.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there's 2 of us working here. Everybody else is gone. It's quiet. So when you have 2 people, DJ has been nice enough to set everything up in a beautiful order. I come in like a bull and tear everything up, and I got neck forms laying everywhere. So poor DJ has to put up with, with my disarray. But thank you very much. So we're on the pink sapphire. Now look at this on the white. So it looks good on the black. That's why I left it on the black. Certain stones look good on black. Certain stones look good on white. How about a stone that looks good on everything? I could put this on an indigo blue background. I could put this on red. I could put this on gold, silver. No matter what I put this on, this pink sapphire necklace is going to rock your look. 100%. Now, like I said, you September babies, if you've always had that blue September stone and maybe just made you feel blue, how about some pink in your life? Now, this baby, and I only have 5 in the entire world. So, what does that mean? Well, we have a lot of states here. So, if you want to be one of the lucky 5, you're going to put right there in the comment column, shop 6. Magically, that's going to hit that arrow. That's going to magically bring you to the page that's going to give you all the specifications on this beautiful necklace, which remember is pink sapphire. All individually roundelettes, precisely matched in color. So there's not one off in this necklace. This, to me, investment, investment, investment. I always say invest in colored stones. Pink sapphires, very, very rare. We all know blue. Sometimes you throw a yellow in there. Sometimes maybe another green. Not pink. Pink is a hot shh. That's why it's pink. Pink is a part of that red family. Red is fiery. Pink is the same thing. It's just red with a little bit of white added. Okay, $2,039. That is your starting price. You lucky 5 out there today, shop number 6 in that comment. And I'm going to do something special, not me personally, but Shop LC is going to knock off an additional 25%. And this beautiful 1 in 5 in the world is going to be yours for $1,529. That is an unbelievable savings. Now, this is an investment. This is a $10,000 necklace you're looking at. So if you have the capability, if you don't have $1,529, then you know what? You call this number right here. Can you pull that number up, DJ? You're going to call the number right here, miraculously on this screen. And what that's going to do, that's going to bring you to our personal shopper. Right here, you can see that beautiful number, 888-835-2237. We pay them to be your best friend. That's right, we do pay them. We bribe them to be nice to you, which we should. What they're going to do is they're going to say, well, you want one of these 5 necklaces, but you can't afford $1,529. How about if we break this up into 5 payments for you? Interest-free. You just pay us that first payment today, and we're going to ship this sapphire necklace out to you. You're going to have it within 7 days. You're going to wear it for the next 5 months. You're going to pay me a payment every month, automated on your credit card, and you're going to enjoy this necklace from today to the rest of your life. And it's going to be paid for interest-free. Most credit cards are charging 28 to 30%, unless you have killer credit. And that's a huge, huge amount of interest that you're wasting every month. Buy stuff through Shop LC, interest-free. Nobody does that, and we do budget pay. Our motto is, no credit, bad credit, we're going to take a risk on you. If you have great credit, we're going to take a risk on you too. So, $1,529 for the most beautiful pink sapphire necklace you will ever see in your entire life. And remember, 5 in the entire world. So be one of the special people. If you want a selfish purchase, maybe something happened in your life that you're willing to celebrate. Maybe you got a raise. Maybe you moved across the country, started a new affair. Not affair. I mean, affair with a puppy, a kitten. Maybe you've fostered some animals or decided to adopt. Maybe you got pregnant. Now you're pregnant. You're going to have a baby, and this is something that you want as a mother, and then you're going to pass this down to your daughter in the future because this is going to retain its value. Like I said, investment quality, investment on colored stones. The prices do not go down on colored stones. They just go up. The gold and diamond market and metals market goes up and down. It's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. When you're dealing with colored stones, they mine them. They find a pocket. It gets pulled out of the ground. It gets cut and polished. They will pull the stones out until it is mined out. And then something like a pink sapphire might not be found again in our lifetime. So when you're dealing with colored stones, investment quality is key. Do not buy inferior quality. I always tell people, if you're going to buy colored stones for investment, don't buy A quality, buy quad A quality because you will have a buyer for that. If you buy A quality, you're probably not going to be able to turn your money around. It's something that you're going to keep and wear and love because maybe you couldn't afford the quad 4 quality. The necklaces I'm bringing you today are all the highest quality. Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece, which is going to be, indicolite. So it's amazing that we have indicolite, which is part of the tourmaline family. It is the most beautiful, and we're going to find that indicolite. Up here she is. I named her a she. I don't know why. If I owned this necklace, it would have a name because it is phenomenal. Okay, indicolite, part of the tourmaline family. It's a blue tourmaline, so very, very rare. We always remember the red tourmaline, the watermelons. Once you get into the blues, I'm going to tell you, very, very difficult. Now, you can see that this has a lobster claw, platinum class, 2-inch extender. Now, when you're dealing with indicolite, because it is such a rare color in the tourmaline family, that we actually appraise this as part of our Rhapsody collection. Remember I said about investment? That is, my friends, a quad 4 indicolite. That is investment quality. So don't waste money, save your pennies, and get the best. Because the best will be able to reinvest. Okay. Montebello indicolite. That is usually named after the mine that it was discovered in. Now, like I said, indicolite is blue tourmaline. It's in the family, but we call it, because it only in this blue color, indicolite. So it has its own separate category because this is a special piece. 30 carat weight on this. Now these are interesting because this particular necklace are cut in oval shapes. Oval shapes, but each one is strung with platinum. Not with string, with platinum. What does that mean to me? That means this is the most spectacular piece of jewelry. This reminds me of something very Victorian. When you're dealing with metals that are strung, stones that are strung with platinum, look at that fine work. That is the most exquisite fine work. Platinum. Okay? When you're in your metals market, palladium, platinum, gold. Platinum is above gold. The price on platinum has creeped up incredibly. Like I said, I follow the metals commodity market. Platinum in June, if you bought a 1-ounce bar, was about $1,200. Yesterday when I checked, it was about $1,700. So platinum has jumped up faster than gold. A lot of people, because platinum was priced less than gold, it's rarer. But it was used in the automotive industry years ago, and they stopped making disc brakes using platinum. So the price of platinum went down a little bit. Went down. In 2008, platinum went from around $1,000. It hovered over to $2,200 an ounce in a mere 3 months, and people went crazy. It never rallied that high. So platinum is an increasing commodity that is going up in price. Now, platinum is a great investment because it has not gone up so high like gold. The other thing is, when we created this beautiful indicolite necklace, this was done probably about a year ago. Now, I have, because of the rarity of these, I have 3. All right? That's what I'm telling you. Because of the rarity, I have 3 in the world. So how many viewers do I have out there? I have no idea. But I can tell you right now, rare. If you're one of those people that wants to be the queen bee, wants to be the queen of your domain, it could be for a man. Maybe you want to be the king of your domain. Because I'm going to tell you guys, if you rock this necklace, style, class, sexy, elegant, all in one. Guys, the pearl necklaces, they're beautiful. Diamond necklaces, absolutely exquisite. Throw some indicolite in there because this is going to be something so different, so rare. This is going to be a conversation piece. Now, this is 30 carat in oval shaped, perfectly matched Very, very translucent. So I'm going to put the flashlight on it for you can see a little bit. Let's see if I put this maybe like that. I think I can get a good picture. So you can see how beautiful that blue is. Can you see that? That almost looks like, I'm going to say, just from this light, if I didn't know anything, I'd say to somebody, that's the most beautiful London blue topaz. You go, no. London blue topaz doesn't look like this. Sort of, maybe slightly the same color. But this is indicolite. This is tourmaline. This is the blue baby. This is the rarity. But they have actually created this by wire wrapping every one of these. So it has great movement. Every one of these it's hand done. This is the absolutely beautiful necklace. Now, we're going to get to the price because I'm all jazzed up about this piece. Like I said, rarity is everything. $2,199. That is not your price today at all. It comes with your beautiful Rhapsody Collection card that tells you all the specifications on the back. Shop number 7. I forgot there for a second. Shop number 7. Going to take 25% off when you type in Live25 in that promo code box, and brings this down to $1,649. Now, remember, 3 in the world, in the entire world. 3 of these beautiful indicolite necklaces. I'm going to bring it up close. Bring it up close. Let you look at it for a second. Now, remember, platinum extender, precious metal, and every bead, I'm going to call them bead, they're hand done, is exquisitely twisted platinum in between. So it gives them, so this is great because if you travel, look at what happens. When you put this down, it's never going to kink. It can be put into a little teeny beautiful jewelry pouch that you carry with you when you travel. And then you're ready to hit the town. You bring out that indicolite. Now, you can also add, if you wanted even longer, I have taken something like this, and then I'm going to show you another trick. So just to give all those people out there a heads up. So I love jewelry that is multifunction. Oh, I don't know if I can do it with this particular necklace. Okay, so what I was going to do is I'll do it with 2 of the beaded necklaces. So I'm just going to do it with quickly. Let's do it with the Heliodor. Now pretend this is not Heliodor. Pretend it's something else. Like a silver chain. So I'm going to take this beautiful indicolite necklace and I'm going to put the lobster claw on one side. And then I'm going to put the lobster claw on the other side. So I've opened up the Heliodor like I'm going to wear it, but I'm not. And then you can see I've made this longer. Now, I would not have these chains hanging. I would make it longer. But then you can actually, so if it's a silver chain, now I've created this long 36-inch Heliodor necklace. So the back side, this particular back side, you're never going to see. If you have long hair especially, even with my short hair, you really don't see the back side. But you can take a nice 16-inch chain and it will hang right here. And there's all kinds of other, you could put a little earring there if you want to cover it. But you can extend one of these necklaces to whatever length you want. Just be creative. It's something that, like I said, you can change. Any necklace that you have, you can hang an earring from it, especially these beaded necklaces. You can extend them. So when you're dealing with an expensive necklace like this, change it around if you want. You know, you can really just make it longer and just jazz it up. Create your own jewelry. Do have a little fun with it. It's an expensive piece, but you're not going to break it. Remember, it's stone. Okay, we're going to move on to something a lot less expensive right now, and that is going to be our rhodonite. So rhodonite is an interesting stone. It's found a few places in the world. This is going to be your larger beads in your rhodonite. It's 565 carat in rhodonite. It has, once again, the extender. So it's 18-inch. and then it's going to be extended to 20. So these are large beads. That center bead is about a 15 millimeter once again. And I'm going to open this up. Now this is sterling silver. That's gold vermeil. And you can see the size of these beads. They're pretty substantial. So rhodonite has this beautiful pink color. It is not translucent. It's opaque. So it's not, you're not going to be able to see through it. Now you can pair this up. Let's put that ruby on there that I brought in. So once again, the earring I brought in. I'm just going to easily just slide that over, close it, and then what happens now? I've taken that beautiful pink rhodonite pendant that I'm going to pay $1,299 to up. That's not the right one. And now I've put this earring on there, and I've made this unbelievable statement piece. So you can change up your jewelry very easily. Remember, if you have earrings that you don't wear, they're too heavy, add them to a beaded necklace. And this is one of the examples. So this rhodonite necklace, I've added this earring. This has upscaled this necklace to something that you would see probably in a fine gallery. Now, this necklace normally through Shop LC, 565 carat weight, $89.99. $89.99. Who does that? We do it here because we manufacture everything in-house. We have our own bead stringers. We have our own stone cutters. We have our own stone polishers. We have people that package stuff up. So everything is done in-house. What does that do? It saves you a boatload of money. We don't pay all those people a lot of steps that other people, other manufacturers pay for. We do it all in-house. Now this beautiful necklace, $89.99. After you put in, this is going to be your shop 5 right there. And then when the order page comes up, you are going to type in live 25. And this brings this beautiful pink rhodonite beaded necklace with gold beads, 18 karat vermeil, down to $67.49. $67.49 can be yours out the door. And on this particular necklace, I have 24. So if you want to run to the phone and you won't miss out on some of the other pieces, I only had 3. This, I do have 24, which is a great amount. But they'll go fast. You know, they'll shop behind the scenes. Now, we're not in a clearance event on this particular piece. So if you don't like it, you do have the ability to send it back. No questions asked. You can call the personal shopper, and they can probably put this on budget pay for you. They would split it up over 4 months. 68 would be 2, 4, 6. Roughly, I'm going to say $18 a month. That's just a guess, but could be sort of accurate. So that's $64 over 4 months. So this can be yours for $67.49. Now, I love how they have accented this with 18 karat vermeil beads in between the rhodonite. So what that means is because sometimes we put beads in between stones. We don't want them to rub together. With pearls, we individually knot because we don't want the strand to break and the pearls to fly everywhere. So, excuse me, that was a breath. $67. I'm having the big one. No, so a lot of times we change a piece of a beaded necklace, and we want to make sure that the beads are not getting worn out and they stand out. So these little gold beads that are in between these 15 millimeter rhodonite beads make the pink pop a little bit more. It's a design technique. It's like adding a second color to a garment. So this is going to be something that the designer has decided that it looks better with the gold. So if you're a Goldie, now I hung that black, the ruby, that was black and sterling silver. So that looked great on this. So don't think that you cannot mix your metals. Remember, it's a world, the cuff I'm wearing, I wear every day. My good luck charm, I made that over probably 20 years ago. I feel unsafe if I leave the house without it, but I put gold on that specifically so I could wear mixed metals all the time with it. People do it all the time now. It's the days gone by where winter white and mixed metals are a thing of the past. So be part of the present and future, and make your own fashion statement. You can layer this. Now, if you want to buy 2 strands and put an extender, like I said, with the sterling silver necklace, then this would become a 36-inch strand along with an 18 or 20-inch. So you're going to have now 2 layers. So that's going to look fantastic too. So if you want to buy 2 strands, and that would be $120, $134 for 2 strands. That's a really good price on this. Okay, we're going to move on. That's that beautiful rhodonite. That is going to be shop 5 if you're interested. Take advantage of that. It's large and in charge. Sometimes larger beads are nice, especially when you get older. As we get older, women, we get the turkey neck, we get the wrinkles around the neck. We tend to want to cover that up with larger, chunkier beads, scarves, collars, more stuff that just covers that. I lived in Florida, so obviously I'm not covering mine. I have no regrets. Turkey neck, gobble, gobble. It's almost Thanksgiving, so I'll fit right in. Okay, so beaded necklaces you can layer and I did this purposely. This is a Toulon Naga from Thailand. We sell those on the live TV side. This is something, I went to Bali and did a show over there. This necklace was featured last Friday on under $10. It was an adjustable stainless steel. So I have on, and then this is an older necklace that I got years ago that is sterling silver, just has a little plate on it that says something like good luck or, it says the time is now. And I just thought that was sort of fun, a little saying. But so I have sterling silver, stainless steel, and jet. So that's what I mean. You can mix your metals. Now, did you know, did this look like stainless steel? Probably not. Now, if I wanted to take that earring, like I showed you earlier, this is the beaded necklace that I wore. This is my own. Now, look at this on that. So now, if I take all these away, and I wear this with a black outfit, look how lovely that looks. That is fantastic. So you just add your own, and you can wear it like this. It looks great like that. Okay. Just to give you a couple extra tips, because you know what? I love when you can diversify and use your jewelry in all different ways. It just gives you more capability to just change things. I like stuff. I like I like to change and be edgy sometimes. Sometimes I like something more reserved and feminine. So like I said, you can go plain with the beaded necklace, conservative. You could add a bling to it. You could extend it and make it longer, like a 36-inch by adding another chain. So fool around with it. It's the same thing with scarves, all the beautiful scarves you own. Start looking on YouTube, and there's videos out there how to change jewelry around, how to, tie scarves. Everything's on YouTube. It's crazy. You can build a house. You can, it's just endless. Okay, so we are into now. This is spectacular. If you look at the color of this, you can see that this is sparkling. This is absolutely beautiful. This is going to be your rubellite. Now, rubellite is a form of garnet, but when you're talking about rubellite in this color, it looks like ruby, and that's why they call it rubellite. I'm going to hold it up to a white background. This is an unbelievable piece. This is going to be 18 karat gold. So this is how it looks. These are individual little teeny roundelettes that are every single one is faceted, hand faceted. Every roundelette on this necklace hand faceted. Extremely labor intensive. Very, very hard to do. Now, rubellite comes from, garnet comes from everywhere in the world. When you're dealing with this quality rubellite, you have the finest of fine. Now, rubellite, hessonite, there's a few other garnets out there in that huge family that warrant high prices. Everybody thinks of the old garnet, the check colored, garnets were prevalent in the Victorian age. All of a sudden, in the late 1800s, garnets made a heyday, and there was jewelry manufactured, some of the most fine, exquisite jewelry you've ever seen, and it was garnets. And people thought, the crown jewels, a lot of, not the specific that's in the museum, but a lot of the jewelry for the queen and the kings, They were garnets because at that time that was the style, and garnets were available from the Czech Republic. It was over in Europe at the time, so it was easy to get those stones back and forth. Now you're talking about rubellite garnet. This is something that's much, much clearer than the Czech garnet. It looks like a ruby. It parallels with a ruby. Now this is going to be on your 18 karat yellow gold, your AAA. The carat weight is 45 carat. The price on this retail value is $5,900, almost $6,000. Our price at Shop LC is going to be $1,299, and I'm going to see what this ruby looks like on the rubellite. So $1,299. This is going to be shop number 8. Shop number 8. And after the 25% off, it brings us down to $974. $974. Now look at that. No, I didn't rob the Louvre. This is not a piece from the Louvre. I know it looks like that because it's so spectacular. Look at that. Does not that look like it came from the Crown Jewels? I've added my earring to the rubellite garnet. So that makes this piece spectacular. So like I said, you can wear it by itself. Beautiful necklace by itself. Or you can hang something from it and change it. You have that beautiful extender right here. This is going to be 18 karat. Now you can tell the difference. Oh, I don't have any gold on. Normally I wear a little bit of gold. Oh, well, yeah, you can see right here a little bit. So when I hold this neck to this right here in my bracelet is gold, right? Look at the difference in color. Can you see how this clasp and the chain is almost a saffron yellow? That's how you can tell 18 karat. 18 karat is a higher gold content weight. So when we manufacture jewelry, when anybody manufactures jewelry, we take a block of 24 karat, and then 24 karat is extremely dense. Gold is very, very dense. That's how you can tell if you've been in the jewelry business for a long time. The higher carat weight, 18 karat, if you handed me a ring that was 10 karat and a ring that was 18 karat and they were both the exact same design, I could immediately tell you which one was 18 karat. Number one, because of the color. Number two, because of the density. So 24 karat, if we can't manufacture jewelry out of that, it's too soft. 22 karat, we'll do chains because they don't take a lot of wear and tear, but we don't do rings out of 22 karat. In some of the foreign countries, they do, but they're soft, and you could actually take a ring, a circle ring, a wedding band of 22 karat, and I could bend it like that, like I'm bending my fingers. I could actually bend the gold. So then what we do is we take the 24 karat, and we mix it with other alloys to strengthen it up. So 18 karat is extremely high content of gold weight. In the United States, we do some 18 karat. It's much more prevalent in Asian countries. But Shop LC is, our main factory is based out of Jaipur, India. So they do a lot of 18 karat. Now, when we do vermeil here at Shop LC, when we're talking about overlaying on sterling silver, we do it with 18 karat. We don't do it with 14 karat. Most of your other companies are going to use 14 karat. So what you're getting from Shop LC, you're getting the highest gold content in jewelry at the best possible price. Now, this clasp alone and these little bell caps in 18 karat, I could probably pull that off. This little disc right here, I could probably pull that off and scrap that for a few $100s easily. So this has already gone up in price. Now, this rubellite was appraised at $3,500. $3,500, and that was appraised in November of 2023. That's 2 years ago. So this particular necklace, when we designed this and strung it up, gold at that point was roughly $2,200 an ounce. And rubellite was probably half of what this was probably half of what it is now. So this necklace, realistically, at $1,299, is already going to make you money on an investment basis because of the gold and because of the rarity of the rubellite. They're beautifully faceted. The quality is substantial. The quality is precisely matched on this. So this $1,299 necklace, after 25% off, is going to be $974. The appraisal price is $3,500. You have already made $2,500. You're already in the pocket. $2,500 you've saved. Now that's great savings. Our personal shopper can also split this up on budget pay. It'll probably be about $200 a month, I'm going to say, on budget pay. But remember, you're getting the best of the best. Everything comes with your free appraisal card. This little baby right here is a $300 venture at least. When you go to have jewelry appraised, it's done by an independent appraiser. We do not appraise our own material here. That's against, I don't know if it's against the law, but it would not be the proper thing to do. So we hired an independent appraisal company, and that's all they do. They appraise stuff. Now, they do it not just for us. They do it for a lot of other companies. But there's a fee that comes with everything. That is the only thing that we do out of our own company, are the appraisals, because it would not be good. So we actually pay an independent company, and that could be an extra $300 value. So $300 for that. That brings it down to $674. You could scrap the class for, let's say, $400. Let's just throw that figure out there. That brings this down to $600, down to $200. So $200 you're paying basically for the rubellite. Now, you're getting 30 karat of the finest rubellite out there, faceted, hand faceted. $200. Go anywhere and buy a rubellite necklace, 18 karat, appraised for the price we're offering. You can't do it. And the quality is here. Now remember, I said there's 3 of these. 3 in the entire world. Was it 3 or 5? Hold on. Let me look at my notes. I got to make sure. Oh, I'm sorry. 5. So I just created 2 extra pieces for you 2 lucky people out there. Who is it going to be that gets one of these rubellite necklaces for that kind of price? Come on. Christmas time is coming up. Substantial. Do a selfish purchase. If you love that beautiful color, this pairs with the best ruby out there. That's why it's called rubellite. It looks like a ruby, folks. It is very, very difficult to get this quality in 18 karat. Okay, I'm going to move on. $974. Don't forget about this one, because this is substantial, and this is going to be your number 8. Shop 8. Off goes that little thing. Magically, the order page is going to pop up. And that promo box, you're going to type in Live 25, and we are going to make that magic happen for you. Okay, we are moving on to our last and final necklace, and that is going to be, I almost saved the best for last. So let me just move this real quick and look at this. That is going to be your multi tourmaline. Now, tourmaline, like I said, comes in a multitude of colors. Now, the only color missing in this tourmaline is blue. Why? Because blue isn't dictylite. And blue tourmaline, very, very difficult to get. So what we've done here, we've given you all the beautiful watermelon. This is that ombre effect in tourmaline. So these are going to be, once again, fully faceted roundelettes. Now, I did a video that I just sent on Facebook. I went to a gem show here in Austin, and there was a gentleman hand faceting. He was faceting a stone to make a diamond shape. And it takes hours and hours and hours, and you have to be extremely precise. I've done it once in my life, something that I never wish to do again. It was way too slow and boring for me. I like fast and furious, you know that. So this is going to be that ombre effect where you talk, oh, you know what, I lied. There is blue. I lied, which, you know, I hate to do, but once in a while. So you can see the blue is right up here at the very top. So it goes blue, then you have your pinks, your greens, your yellows, your oranges, your forest greens, all the way back up, matched precisely. This is beautiful, but it does have a few blue. I'm surprised because normally you don't see the blue when you're going to do this rainbow effect. So this is going to be, once again, part of our Ileana collection. It's going to have your 18 karat lobster claw, your 18 karat little stamp, your extender chain. That's going to give you an additional 2 inches. Now this is our normal price of $1,299. This is appraised at $2,500, 25% off, 75 karat weight, which is all your beautiful tourmaline added up to a 75 karat, 25% off, $1,299 is going to bring this down to about $1,000. Let's see how close I am. $974. That's not too bad for math in my head. All right. $974.99. We got to throw that extra penny in there. Now remember, if you're interested, this is going to be your shop 9 in that comic column. And then it comes with that free appraisal card. The appraisal on this is $2,500. 75 karat weight, 18 karat. 18 karat. Look at how beautiful that little closure is. 2-inch extender, beautiful necklace. You can buy 2 of them and make a longer necklace if you like. If that's your jam, you can extend one on the other and create a long 36-inch necklace on your own. Okay, so now we're done with the beaded part of my show. And I'm going to move on to gem decor. So anybody that just tuned in, let me put this necklace back here. I'm sort of missing one somewhere. So anybody who just tuned in, my name is Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto. You can follow me on Instagram under Magical Journey Cheryl or Cheryl Magical Journey. I took both names back, and that's the Gemini. Backwards and forwards the same. Do you know that if you take the word stressed and reverse it, it spells dessert? So anytime you're stressed, I think you need to eat some dessert. Get over that stressful time. Okay, so you can follow me, Cheryl Briggs, Cheryl Benvenuto on Facebook. I'm in a full-on bee suit. I am a beekeeper. They know me here at Shop LC as a queen bee, and it's not because I think I am the queen of my domain here. I am at home, but here. We are all a team, and I am a beekeeper. That's why they picked that name for me. And I like it. It's a fun name. Work with a fun crew here at Shop LC. Okay, so we're going to move on to our first item in our gem decor show of this part of the show. So that was my little drum roll. So the first stone that I'm going to bring you, it's called Golden Healing Quartz. Now, this is going to be Shop 11. Boom, boom, Shop 11 right there. This particular stone, $229.99. Now you can see this is fairly large. Let me get a ruler so I can show you the measurement on this. This is going to be roughly 6 inches, 5.5, 6 inches. Across the center, another 3 inches. Now, this stone is they're calling it Golden Healing Quartz. That's what I call it. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you put a little light behind this. Now, I have this stone at home. I have a lot of gemstones, and they were in a cubicle area of my house. And so what happened was, after I placed them all in there, it looks dark. You can't see the stones, how beautiful they are. So I ended up ordering these little pods. They look like a little pod. I have a little remote control. For 6 of them, I paid under $15, and I put them strategically behind stones that were translucent. And I'm going to show you what happens when you do that. Now, we don't sell those little pods here, but you can get them right online. Just go to your favorite free shipping store, you know who I'm talking about, and you can order them there. Now, if you hold this up, and look what happens when I put the light behind it. Come on. That is unbelievable. And this will do it in your house. It'll glow like that very, very easily. You could actually put this on a disc if you want to buy. They also sell little discs that are USB port ready, and you can just set this on the disc. Now, this is a translucent stone. This is called golden healing quartz. This is approximately 1,406 carats. This is $229. After your 25% off, this comes down to 50. DJ, what does it come down to? After the 25% off, this one comes down to $172. Now this is mixed, has a little bit of iron in it, which makes it have that capability to actually have that glow. This is from Madagascar. Now, I love this stone for two reasons. Quartz is an accelerator. So anytime you're dealing with a gemstone that contains or is quartz, what that means, it's an energy accelerator. So as far as when we build electronics devices, so let's take you back, let's take you back to the 1960s and 1970s when quartz watches first hit the market. Quartz movement. A piece of quartz was in the watch. What happened when they put quartz in watches? It became an energy accelerator. Boom! It boosted that spark of energy. So quartz is found in all kinds of devices, electronic devices throughout. Probably almost everything I look at has some type of quartz in it. Quartz is mined all over the world. It comes in a whole variety of qualities. Some of it is used for industrial. You know, people have quartz drive. It's white, opaque quartz. It's quartz countertops, quartz driveways, quartz bathtubs, quartz for everything. So it's mined all over the world. It is not an incredibly expensive stone. But we do know metaphysically that it is an energy accelerator. So I always say to people, if you're having a happy day, bring a little quartz with you. Keep it in your car. It's going to bring that happy mood, continue throughout the whole day. Something rattles your cage, it's not going to affect you as bad because you got that quartz accelerator with you. Now this piece is sort of large to carry with you. We do have other pieces on our website, I'm sure, that are smaller. But this is a home decor piece. So where are you going to put this? Put it anywhere in your house that you want to feel happy. This is also pertaining to the solar plex. When we talk about the chakras, the root chakra, the solar plex is your third chakra. That houses your moral compass. It will help you morally. If you're struggling in life with morals, you may be spiritual morals. Maybe you've done something and you're flip-flopping, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. This is a time of my life I'm struggling. People go through different times of their life. Hi, Andrea. My cousin Andrea is struggling right now. She was in a fire in an apartment complex up in Rhode Island called Connecticut, called the Tower Fires. And I don't usually push donations, but anybody who wants to, there's a website on Facebook. You can donate. And if you have the ability, maybe donate a stone for somebody that, people lost everything in that fire and they're struggling just like I lived through hurricanes, lost everything a couple of times. Not everything, but enough. I lost enough other than my mind. But I had quartz in my yard, big, huge pieces that I had gathered. Every time I went to Tucson, I would buy a large yard piece. And it's helped me keep emotionally stable. So I've been through many, like I said, devastating things. And it's helped me to maintain that stability. I place them strategically in my flower gardens. Now, when I lived in St. Augustine, my flowers grew incredibly. And I mean, I had a 6-foot, pencil plant that my friend Dee gave me, and it started out the size of my pinky. So the quartz accelerated, made these plants happy. They liked it. I just put it everywhere. And like I said, I had big pieces in my yard. So if you're interested in this beautiful quartz. This is going to be your accelerator. This is going to be shop 11, and you're going to get 25% off. It's going to come down to $172.49. If you can't afford that, call the personal shopper, and they can do magic, just like this quartz is going to do for you. It's going to do magic. The personal shopper can split it up into a multitude of payments for you. So great, great piece to have. It's beautiful. I'm going to put the light behind it one more time so you can see how absolutely stunning this is with that light. This almost looks like if you wanted to put this out. Halloween is coming. It's October 31st. It's a week from Friday. This is something that almost looks like a Halloween candle. You could have this year-round, that warm amber glow. Maybe you have a fireplace that's non-functioning anymore. Buy a few of these and put them in the fireplace with that light underneath. You can get the light that flickers. You can actually put a flicker mode. You can buy it with a flicker mode. This flashlight has it, and I'll show you just from... I'm going to make it do it. Oop. All right. So you can put that behind it, and now that looks like a candle. So you can have a fireplace that's not functioning anymore and buy a few of these randomly, 5 of them, 3 of them, and set these up in that fireplace. Put a little some moss or some twigs around the bottom and create a beautiful fire motif. You know what? I know John's watching. These would be great in our fireplace here in our live stream area because we don't have to worry about it burning down. So, John, I'm putting it out there. Get 5 of those for us. Okay. So, great. So, a lot of times the flashlight, like I push, a lot of translucent stones really need that light. Sunlight, I'm in incandescent light here. It's very dark. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. I need that light to show you how beautiful these stones are. So, that's going to be shop number 11. Take advantage of that, your accelerator. And I'm going to move on to a stone that everybody knows. It's something that we call it the stone of discovery here. I have sold it over and over and over. And I'm going to get a little sippy, and I'm coming back with the stone. Okay. So this is going to be your absolutely beautiful labradorite. Now I'm going to get this so you can see it. All right, there it is. There's that beautiful blues. There's that color I like. All right. So what this is a stone that's labradorite. This was discovered in Labrador, Canada. Well, so this was probably discovered before that, and I'm just putting it out there. But when it really came to the market, it was discovered in Labrador, Canada. And then it was shipped overseas to be cut and polished. So this made it into intaglios in the late 1800s. They started carving it into like cameo pieces and stamps and jewelry. But myth has it that the Vikings saw this labradorite in the ground, and they took their spear and they smashed it in the ground because they had believed that the aurora borealis was trapped in the stone. So this particular effect is called shilling, and that's what labradorite has. It is one of the stones that has that shilling effect. Now this particular piece is cut and polished on all sides, and there is that labradorite essence on all the sides of this. You just got to move it around. So no matter how you place this in your house, you're going to see that beautiful effect from the front or the back. Now these pieces are approximate sizes and weights. So when I give you a proximity, it's because every piece, because it's out of nature, is going to be uniquely cut and polished. And I'm going to show you the difference. So I have 2 different pieces here because I wanted to make sure that people understand that. Now this one is square shape. This one has that point. Same piece, same price. So you're going to get something that is one of these shapes. Could be a different shape than either one of these. So don't be swayed, because don't get your heart set on the square shaped. But they all flat bottomed, which means they can sit up on a shelf. Now this is approximate carat weight of 4,989 carats. Now this particular labradorite I have sold over and over. We do have about 379 of these in-house, which means if you need stocking stuffers for your kids, why not get something beautiful like this? Now, your price on this, can you pull up the labradorite number 14, DJ? So your price on this today is going to make this so affordable that you are going to be able to buy multiples of this particular stone. So when I say affordable, our price normally is $39.99. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I have been to Tucson, Denver, Dallas, Galveston, Austin, Franklin, Springfield. So that is just this year, the gem shows that I've gone to. Just this year. I hunted down labradorite in Denver. The quality that I was finding is not close to this. It did not have this beautiful monarch effect. What I was finding didn't have this beautiful color schemes on it. It was dull. So labradorite, like any other stone, the quality, if it's not there, you're losing that beautiful, visual effect. So our price on this is $39.99. After the 25% off, it brings this down to $29.99. Now this is shop 14 right here. And I'm going to move this closer and move it around. Shop 14. Now folks, $29.99. Yeehaw. And I believe on Tuesdays, if you spend over $50, you get free shipping. So buy 2 of these, and we're going to throw in free shipping. And stones weigh a lot. Rocks weigh a lot. They cost quite a bit to ship. So if you want to buy multiples of these, let's say you have 6 grandbabies, every single one is going to be slightly different. So you're not buying them exactly the identical thing, but you're buying them the thing, and everyone is going to have its own unique colors and patterns and shilling effects, but everyone is going to be just as beautiful as this. Shop LC has picked out the best quality for you folks out there. And we want to make sure that if you buy 6, you're going to love every single one of them. And at that price, you're not going to want to send them back. Now, what does labradorite do for you other than a beautiful home decor piece? Because this is spectacular. Labradorite is a stone that represents strength and courage, and it also reduces negativity. So if you're living or you know somebody who is one of those Debbie Downers, maybe you've been through a lot of stuff in your life and you're just having a hard time seeing the silver lining in life. Maybe you have one of those persons that feels like you've lost your voice, where you can't stand up for yourself. Maybe you just are going through a transition where you're going through from a teenage life to an adulthood. Hormonal changes make us all feel insecure because as a teenager, you're moving into adulthood, that life of unknown and the life of responsibilities. And as an adult, when women and men go through, in their 50s, women go through menopause, all of a sudden that part of your youth is gone and your life starts to change and you start wondering all kinds of stuff. And that's human nature. I'm not going to counsel. You can get plenty of podcasts on that. But I'm saying what labradorite can do for you, it gives you that secure feeling. It gives you that feeling of strength and courage that we all need in life. At some point, we all need a little help. We're not that powerful. And even people that are uber wealthy have insecurities at time of their life. They all do. It's just human nature. So $29.99. This is going to be shop 14. Get some beautiful labradorite in your life. It's something that, honestly, it's one of the coolest stones out there. And like I said, this has all that labradorescence. I can see it sparkling on every direction when I'm moving it around. You just got to hit that. We are an incandescent light here. So the light here is not the best. But this is highly polished. And by the way, this comes from Madagascar, this beautiful stone. So the company that Shop LC gets this from, we have boots on the ground in Madagascar, and I actually know the company that the owner I've known for many, many years, way before I started with Shop LC, and they specifically brought U.S. type of facility, which means air conditioning, refrigerators, safe, to a country that's very much a third world country where safety was not a feature. It was not a necessity. And the company that mines these has really taken care of their people, the families that mine the stones, the families that cut them, and Shop LC gets first pick on all the rough that comes in and is intertwined with this other company. So it's really nice. It's almost sort of like blood diamonds when you know where a product come from. It makes it a little bit easier, and you have faith and trust in the company that supplies you with that product. And Shop LC is one of those companies. They really, really are careful where they source material, and any material they do source, they make sure it's 100%. What we say it is what you get, guaranteed. So, and any of the products that we're selling today, if 30-day money-back guaranteed. So if it's something that you thought about, unsure, don't be so afraid to purchase something. It's something that you can even budget pay. When you put it on budget pay, you still have the ability to return the item if you don't want it. And believe me, I use budget pay for everything. This necklace right here was $8.99. It's on budget pay. $4 for 2 months. So take advantage of that. It gives you the ability to really stretch out that dollar, and you get a lot more for your buck. And you know what? Shop LC is they're holding the interest rate. You're not paying any interest at all on anything you buy, which is great because some items are expensive. You can do all your Christmas shopping, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever holiday you celebrate, you can do it all on one show and get all those Christmas presents done and put everything on budget pay. Okay, we're going to move on. DJ, let's go to number 12, the amethyst. Sure. And this is something that we have sold over and over here at Shop LC. This particular piece is going to be 18,000 carats. Now, this is large. It comes on the stand. This particular piece, like I said, because it's from nature, every single one is going to be different. So if you have your heart set on this particular piece, your heart's going to be broken, but it's going to be just as beautiful, the piece that you're going to get. Now, I know this is Brazilian because of the matrix right here. Being a gemologist, I can tell whether a stone is Uruguayan or Brazilian, especially in the amethyst family. Just something to tell you. So normally Uruguayan, this particular piece, this is called the matrix. The matrix would be much thinner. The crystals would be right where the white is, and the matrix would only be this little piece. So Brazil has a thicker matrix. Doesn't mean the stone is anything less beautiful than fantastic. Now, this is 18,000 carats. Our price on this is a mere $299.99. Look, it's as big as my face. I have amethyst face. Who would have thought? I'm amethyst for Halloween. Who would have thought? Okay, enough jokes. Not too funny. No, you know what? I can't hear you laugh, so maybe you are laughing. Okay, 25% off, and this is going to be shop number 12 in that comment column. Tony Ben, does the Intuitions labradorite give you multiplied with quartz sitting next to it? Good question, Mr. Tony. Yes, it does. It will amplify whatever stone you want to sit next to it. So that quartz is a great stone to have with any other stones at all. Okay, 25% off this bad baby brings it down to $224.99. Remember, 18,000 carats. This weighs a ton. I am just strong like bull. Strong like bull I am because I can lift this up. Maybe you want to use this as a weightlifting event. This switch hands. Just kidding. You can put this anywhere in your house. This is the stone of change. So, amethyst is in the Vatican walls. It's in a ring that the Pope wears. It's been around for thousands of years. Years ago, the old myth was they thought that this stone, they called it amethyst. It was a stone that you could drink all day and not get drunk if you carried amethyst with you. Unfortunately, that is not true. I have tested it. Did not work. I tried. I gave it, I want to try everything. I gave that a whirl. Did not work for me. Intoxicated I was. The amethyst did not help. But I do carry it with me when I travel. It's a sign of transition and travel for me. I'm transitioning from point A to point B. A lot of hectic when you're traveling, especially the airport or just on the road. Driving alone it makes you very anxious. So I carry amethyst. I put it in the car door. Sometimes I throw it in my suitcase. And then it also helps with menopausal irregularities. So any woman or man who's going through hormonal differences or changes, this stone is going to help with that. Night sweats, craziness. I know when I was full on menopause, I can remember some of the crazy stuff I did. Insane in the membrane what those hormones do. This can be yours for $224.99. What a beautiful piece. Multifunctioning metaphysically. Absolutely beautiful home decor piece. Comes on the stand. Stand is built in. This particular piece, don't get your heart set on it. It's about 11 or 11 and a half inches. Your piece is going to be roughly that high. Could be more fat. Could be a little bit bigger, more crystal structure, but basically almost the same. If you spend over $50, which this would qualify, you get free shipping today. So that's a giant factor because something that's 18,000 carats and this heavy cost a boatload of money to ship, but we're going to ship it free to you today. So that's going to be shop number 12, and we're going to move on to shop 13, which is Ooh, Ooh, Ooh. This is going to be a fabulous shungite. Now, you can see how this just is smooth and silky and lovely. So I have sold shungite for many, many years. I was brought to Shop LC for shungite. They purchased a bunch of it when I was at the Denver show, and that's how I became an employee of Shop LC. Shungite was found in Karelia, Russia many years ago. The people in that area were living to be over 100 years old. The scientific community came in. They started to test the water, the food, the air, everything around just to discover why these people were living to be over 100. What they discovered was it was not the water, which was pure. It was the shungite, which is this stone that surrounded the riverbeds in this particular area of Russia. So they started mining it. They've discovered it's one of the only stones in the world that traps EMF, electromagnetic frequencies. Those are those little harmful rays that 5G phones produce that the European market denied and blocked 5G phones. Because of that, the United States said, bring it on. And so 5G phones emit those EMFs, which we don't know scientifically yet what it does, but I can probably tell you in the future there will be ramifications. Everything that you're around that's electronic, your computers, your tea kettles, your hair dryers, your clock radios, all emit EMFs. This particular stone has fullerenes, which are hollow atoms that actually block these and hold those EMFs, and then they slowly dissipate on their own. It's a detoxifier. It's almost like a charcoal-based stone, like a Brita. So it's a detoxifier. If you hold on to this, if you put this in water, so you could take this stone and put it in a bathtub. It's going to detoxify the water, and it's going to pull impurities out of your body through the water. If you want to put this in a giant water container, it's going to detoxify all that water. If you want to hold it in your hand, I have pieces of this under my 80-inch television screen. I have another block that I put my cell phone on every day. Something like this. If you've never had shungite, please look it up. Look on YouTube. There's a million videos. There's actually books written about the scientific things about shungite. There's books out there. We sell one here at Shop LC. You can buy it on our website. We did not write it. It was written by an author in Paris. Actually, one of our hosts here had gone over to Paris. Wasn't our host, it was a producer. And she has a room that's all shungite. She wrote the book. It's not just her. The scientific community stepped in. This is a miracle stone. Super, super special. More than any other stone that I've ever sold in my world, this is one of the ones that I think everybody should have in their house. Anybody that has a computer, a phone, a laptop, a TV, a tea kettle, a hairdryer, a clock radio, anything you plug into the walls, you need this. This on our website is $79.99, which is a killer value on this. 25% off brings us down to $59.99. This is going to be shop 13 in the comment. You know what? You can put this on a stand. I just had on this little squiggly stand. You can put it on a bottle cap as a stand. You can just find a stand at any hobby store. This particular stone is so important. Now Shop LC carries phone tabs. They carry plates. They carry beaded necklaces, which I don't have in this show, but you can look on our website. We have an array of shungite that we do carry. This particular piece is in my show now, and I'm giving you an additional 25% off our low price. So it brings it down to $59.99. This is a great deal, folks. This is not a small piece. You would expect this to be the size of a quarter for that price. This is the size of a bocce ball. It's smooth, high-polished, lustered. A lot of shungite. This is stabilized, so it's not going to turn your hands black. We do sell shungite to pieces that you have to rinse off to put in water bottles. This is stabilized. This can sit in the middle of a coffee table as a beautiful piece of elegant home decor. So shungite is a great, great stone to have. Super lovely. One of my favorite stones. I have a few of them, but that's one of the ones. I like stones. I like jewelry that does dual purposes, like the beaded necklaces that you can add pieces to. I like stones in my house that have a dual purpose also. And I know Andrea's watching. You can attest. I'm not a hoarder by any means, but I do have a lot of big pieces that I strategically place in certain areas for certain things. Okay, we're going to move on to another piece that I find super interesting. And this is going to be shop 15 right here in the comment column. And this is polychrome jasper. Now, polychrome jasper, if you look at this, it looks like a picture. Absolutely beautiful. And the price on this is going to be really, really, really inexpensive. I have about 159 of these. Now, the polychrome jasper was discovered in Madagascar in 2012. They were mining and trying to discover where ocean jasper is another stone. We don't have it here. It was discovered in Madagascar. The gentleman that discovered ocean jasper found it, never disclosed the place he had discovered it, and he passed away. And for years, people tried to, mine different areas to try to discover where the ocean jasper was. What they found in 2012 was polychrome jasper. It was a brand new find to Madagascar. They had never discovered it before. Comes in giant boulder-like nodules. When they break them open, the polychrome jasper has these beautiful colors. Every one is extremely different. Some have beautiful blues. Every one is a piece of art. And this particular stone, metaphysically, believe it or not, is known as the artisan stone. I call it that because the properties are, it promotes creativity on anything you do, whether you're a home cook, a writer, a dancer, you can be your own DJ, your own superstar, maybe you're a fashionista. Now, this particular stone is going to blow your mind when I tell you the price. So our price on this, it's in the clearance event, is $11.99. Now, $11.99. Cost us more to get this out of the ground than $11. So this is going to be one of those pieces I go, yes, you can buy it. And yes, you can buy multiples. Yes, this is the perfect gift for everybody who knows somebody in their life that's creative. And you put this beside wherever you want, wherever your creative outlet is. Maybe you have a painting station. Maybe you have a studio where you teach dance. Maybe you're an opera singer. Maybe you're a piano player. Maybe your creativity, you're a tattoo artist. You can put it beside your tattoo stand. Maybe you're creative. Maybe you're an online trader. Put it beside your computer. This price, $11.99, after we do the 25% off, brings us down to a mere $8.99. $8.99 for polychrome jasper. Out of Madagascar. Also, if I didn't tell you this already, it has been completely mined out. So in 2018, this stone was no longer found in the ground. We pulled out as much of it as we could, every bit of it, and it's been slowly and surely being brought to the market. Now, a lot of artisans actually use this to carve figurines. So I've seen beautiful sculpting done out of this. It's a stone that, like I said, it is an artisan stone. It promotes creativity. $8.99. If you buy a bunch of them and you spend over $50, you get free shipping today. I love that. This looks like a desert sunset or just, and it's going to be different. Every single one of these is going to be entirely different. So don't get your heart set on this pattern because the one you get could be even more fabulous, which it probably will. Because a lot of them have super multicolors like blues and look like skies and sunsets. Just a crazy stone. I love it. Feels very, very lustrous, silk and smoothly, high polished. Very, very hard to get that high polish on an opaque stone like that. So that is going to be shop number 15 in the comment. And that 25% off brings it down to $8.99. So I got a couple other pieces here I'm going to get to, and then we will be done. I'm going to do our last piece, not our last piece, but one of the pieces I don't want to miss out on. Because I absolutely love this set. So this is going to be a large set, 7 to 8 inches of ammonites. So ammonites, this is a match set. It was one fossil, one piece. This was a squiddy creature. He swam through the ocean like this. Something came and ate him, and then he fell down to the ocean and laid there in this, this was his outer shell. Covered by sand. DJ, this is number 18. Mm-hmm. Covered by sand, and what's happened is fauna and ferns and leaves fell on top of the ocean, and they worked their way down, and they created and fossilized, and you can see this beautiful fern pattern. Now, this is on the outside of the stone. This is stone, folks. This is petrified fossil. This is found in every science museum in the country. To find pieces this large is unheard of. Now I'm going to show you something else. So on the pieces, if you put that little puck light I talked about, look at what happens. This whole thing glows. So every single one of these has pieces on it that are translucent places that light's going to come through. I'm going to flip it around, and so now you really get to see that fern pattern on the underside. So you can see the fern pattern. So don't be afraid to put this on a light box, put a light behind it. This is one piece that was cut in half. Now, metaphysically, what this means is that the creature started in here. They say if you start here and you touch each chamber and do a mantra, I want to win the lottery. I want to win the lottery. I want to win 28 million. 28 million would change my life. I need Texas lottery. Please let me win the lottery. Well, they say if you manifest, and I'm going to win the lottery, 28 million, that it will come true. Now, this particular pair I priced in Denver a month ago. I could not find them when I was in the Dallas show. This size especially. Pieces like this wholesale were going for about $250 roughly. Here and here only in Shop LC. 40 pieces, which means 40 pairs left of this size, $99. $99. 25% off brings these down to $74.99. Now, you can set these up on plate stands in your house, in your office, in your man cave. These are cool. Now, remember, these are part of the Jurassic Park era. So these were discovered. These particular creatures were alive between 40 to 240 million years ago. So these were discovered in Madagascar and the surrounding area. Probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we've just got them in because we can't find big pieces like this anymore. Now, some of these squiddy creatures live to be the size of cars. Yes, during the Jurassic Park period, when dinosaurs were alive, everything was big. Just like Texas, everything's bigger in Texas. Well, it was during that Jurassic Park period. And creatures that lived in the ocean and the ground were large and in charge. To find pieces this size that are non-broken, that are, that we can high polish and get that beautiful cut in half. A lot of different techniques go into this because those chambers, there's actually aragonite in some of them, but when you have to cut it and then polish different surfaces, you're going to eat up. And I'm talking about, if you can see, there's like these little crevices, right? In here, you can see the light on it, right? Those are crevices. And in those crevices is aragonite, which is another stone. That's another stone that's fossilized in these ammonites. And how that happens is, like I said, they were under the ground, and as they decomposed, minerals set in, and different minerals create different stones. It's very, very fascinating. This is something that you could use as a learning tool for a homeschooler. This is something that you could put in a man cave. This is something that you could donate and give to a teacher as a gift for the end of the year, maybe from your child. And I guarantee that teacher's going to remember you and your child more than any other child that maybe gives the, world's best teacher mug. This is something that they will cherish and either leave in the classroom or maybe take half home with them. But it comes 2 pieces, so it's one individual that we've cut in half, and we've high polished the centers of both these. Absolutely beautiful. This could be a great wedding gift for a relationship, husband and wife. And there's an interesting part of this too, where these particular stones, we sell jewelry called amylite. So if I can get the light in on this, and I can do it just right up, right there, you can see that orange. Okay, see that orange that's coming through when I'm moving this. So I'm going to move it over this camera. You can see that orange. So that is actually amylite, which is a stone that has fossilized on the outside of these ammonites. And amylite is predominantly found in the Rocky Mountains in one particular area of ammonite. So when you get it on any of these pieces, that's super special. It's just where they've polished it and it's just appeared. It's not through the stone. It's not like an opal. It's just on the very surface of that particular stone. So folks, these are part of the Jurassic Park period. Remember, 250 million years old. This is something that for $74.99, you're going to have something that is so incredibly different, so out of the ordinary, so out of the box. And it's a beautiful home decor piece. These on a beautiful set of pie stands or plate stands, just on a shelf, will just make something, and I'll stand back, earrings if you want to be creative. These are awfully big. These might weigh a little bit much for me. But years ago, they said they were also known as ram's horns, Ramon, and he was a Greek goddess, so they were named after that also, Ramon for ram's horn. So $74.99 is going to be your final price. And I'm going to recap real quickly on some of these items, just the shop number, so you can make sure you put the appropriate number in. So these are going to be shop 18. The Shungite Sphere. This is going to be shop 13. The Labradorite is going to be shop 14. The Crimson Moon Healer is going to be shop 11. That beautiful amethyst is going to be shop number 12. And then the necklaces, we're going to go through. Spinel, purple spinel, is going to be shop 1. Your tanzanite, graduate beaded quad 4. This is going to be shop 2. And remember, this is the one that's the best quality. Shop 3 is going to be your beautiful Heliodor. Shop number 3. Whoops. Okay. Your big and beautiful tanzanite with the 440 carat weight is going to be shop 4. Shop 4. Shop 5 is going to be your rhodonite. Those big, beautiful rhodonite. This was $67, I believe, with your 18 karat vermeil beads in between. That's beautiful rhodonite. And then you have your rubellite, which is going to be right here. And this is going to be your rubellite garnet. That's going to be shop 8. Shop 9 is going to be that beautiful multi-tourmaline. Shop 9 is that multi-ombre effect tourmaline. Shop 9. And your indicolite is going to be shop 7. And that's going to be in platinum. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed our show tonight. We did a little bit of beaded jewelry. We did some home decor items. If you have any questions at all, you can email them to me. Remember, you can find me on Facebook, Cheryl Benvenuto, Benvenuto. I'm in a bee suit. Or you can follow me on Instagram at Magical Journey Cheryl and Cheryl Magical Journey. Also, any questions, you can call our personal shopper. They can help you and they can do magic behind the scenes. Everybody, make the best of every day. Have a great Tuesday night. I'll see you back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Shop behind the scenes. We have 5 shows now, Monday through Thursday on our live stream. Take advantage of that. Some great deals here. So everybody have a great night and good night to you all. All right. Okay. So, just heads up. I asked John